Hi guys, it's Crystal. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do a huge update video on the shirts that I've made from back when I first got my Easy Press way back there in, what was it, September or something like that, when they were released, till now. So what I want to do to show how they've worn, and my kids wear these shirts ritually. So we do, my husband not so much, so you'll see that. So you'll be able to kind of see the difference. And that way if somebody shows you one shirt, you can kind of tell whether it's really been worn a lot or not. And so the way that I wash mine, I'm going to go over that really quick. So I just throw them in the wash. We are not the people that seriously really sort our stuff, so they can end up in a load of jeans, towels, whatever. I wash them normal, and then we throw them right into the dryer. We use between all, we use fabric softeners, in which I use Snuggle and things like that, and then I use Arm & Hammer as well. I just kind of switch, sometimes Tide, things like that. So I just use a variety of laundry soap. I switch all the time. And then, like I said, we use fabric softeners, but they can end up in a load of towels, things like that. So they are not babied whatsoever. So people that ask me that all the time. But once you start making these shirts, like ritually, you'll really get the feel of knowing whether it's on there really good. The thing is, don't overheat it. Don't panic and keep heating because you're just going to end up making it worse. Not actually, you're messing up that adhesive. So I think a lot of problems with people, sometimes you think, okay, well, let me just keep going over it and over and over it. You're actually messing up that adhesive. So don't do that. Stick with the times and the heat settings that Cricut has for you, and I promise you it's easy selling. So just figure out that pressure. You want to give it some pressure. You don't want to just have it setting up. You want to give it some pressure and go with the times, the settings, and I promise you it's easy selling. Now also, I do have some shirts, if you go way back, and I'll have them linked down below. I did them with an iron, so that was before the Easy Press had came out, and they were for 4th of July, so they are from last July, and you're going to see the difference with an iron. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to try to sort these because some of these are the exact same shirt, but one belongs to me, my husband, my girls. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. So this one right here, I did a video on. It's back there. The Go Pig or Go Home, and I believe there's a couple of these, so you'll see these in here. So this one belongs to, and I may only have 2 of these, but we actually own 3 of these. But some of them I just could not find. So, but I just tried to find everything we could. I had to wait because some of them was in the wash and all that. So this Go Pig or Go Home, I did this several months ago. And like I said, these shirts are worn ritually. So hopefully you guys can see, you can really see that these shirts, because you can see the texture of them. You can tell that they've been worn quite a bit. So, and then I don't think the tag's really going to be able to tell a lot of wear or not. But you can definitely see maybe like the little fibers and stuff like that, the way they're kind of bald and stuff. It's been worn a lot. So this one right here, I did the Go Pig or Go Home. And you can see where they've kind of, it seems like it shrunk up just a little bit on things like that over time. But I don't really see any major peeling or anything there, but like on the pig here, because these pieces, this was glitter, and then we set in the dots separate. So right here, and it did the same thing on the other one. Over time, it has split. It's still stuck on there. It's not peeled up. It's just they have split. Some of them you can see where it's like they've wrinkled and then also split inside there. But I'm telling you, these shirts are wore at least once to seriously 2 times a week. My girls wear them all the time from way back in September. So you can go back through my videos and see when I made these and how long they've lasted. So if you buy a shirt like this, I mean, these are things that's a normal wear and tear. So definitely, I think it's working out really good. I'm going to tell you right now, the Caesar glitter, which I order from Parsby all the time, their glitter vinyl, you can see that has not budged at all, and you'll see that on all the shirts. This glitter right here, vinyl, is bomb.com. So if you're looking for a really good glitter vinyl, definitely get the Caesar, which, like I said, I order from Parsby. I just think it's more affordable. They have coupons, things like that. Or I recommend Expressions as well. Do the math when you go to Michael's, even with a sale, and realize that it's, you know, you get them 12 by 20 sheets or whatever, and how much that would be, say $4 compared to $17 for a roll. So just kind of do the math on those. But anyway, so that's this one right here. And then let me show you the exact same shirt right here. So this is the exact same shirt. And you can see the same thing where it's just kind of, you know, they wrinkle, which you can see the shirt's wrinkly, but you can see it's just like they've kind of wrinkled a little bit, but not peeling. And then this one, same thing. The glitter did not budge whatsoever, but you do have where it's like they crack like this, or you could see where they're kind of bubbled a little bit of crack here. And other than that, I mean, they're doing really good, okay? And you can also see, like I said, that this shirt is worn a lot. You can see, hopefully, the texture of this shirt. Okay, so that's those ones. This one right here, I don't think I did a video on it. Some of these, I don't think I did videos on. This Powder Puff one, my daughter also has worn a ton. Same thing with the glitter vinyl. It is that Caesar. Did not budge at all. You can see how perfect that is, and it did not peel whatsoever. And then you can see the words still look really good. And like I said, hopefully you guys can see the texture of the shirt, to see the little balls and stuff, to see how, you know, you can tell that it's been washed a lot. So I'm hoping you guys can see that. So you can see that this has definitely been worn a lot. And you can see all that is still really good. And then the same thing with this. I do not pre-wash my shirts at all. And I just, when I remember, I'll pull the moisture out, and to be honest, I do not do that probably 90% of the time because I forget. So I don't pre-wash or any of those things. And this is how well my shirts have stayed. So you can see all of that. Nothing has budged. And like I said, you can tell that she's worn this a lot. Now I wanted to show the real deal, because if you just keep throwing this in the washer or the dryer, this is not real wear and tear of wearing it, stretching it out, and things like that. So this is the real test. Okay, so the next one here, we have this one. I don't know if I did a video on this one or not either. So this one is the Woo Pig Suey that I did. Everything looks good. You can see a couple little tiny tears here. You can also see how she's worn this shirt. And see the little pillies and stuff like that. But this one right here, like I said, you've just got a couple little cracks like that. Other than that, the whole thing is still on there. And on the back, this is the one that I did like that song, but changed up the words to go with Woo Pig Suey. So on this one, same thing. Everything looks really, really good. So hopefully you guys can see all of that. And I made this back when football season is, so December and things like that, November, December. All right, so this one right here, I did a video on. This one I cut out with my Silhouette, but used the Easy Press. Now, the only piece that has peeled on here is this little piece right here, which you can see I overlapped it on accident on the glitter. So that's the only piece that just did not stick, but it's not tearing or anything like that. And you can also see the texture of the shirt to see these little balls that she wears this all the time. Now, I had actually made 2 of these, but one belongs to her friend, so we don't have that to show it. But you can see that glitter, 99.99999%. This glitter is not going to budge, I don't think, ever. Like, it is so, so good. But you can see there's no pilling on this. And then with smaller lettering like this, everything is super good and nothing has budged. So there's that one. And then let's see. So I made all these. I don't think I did these ones on a video either. So let me show you with these. This is the only shirt that I have ever had an issue with when I made them. These black shirts right here are the only ones that shrunk on me. So these ones should have probably been pre-washed, but I've never done that before. The only ones that ever gave me any shrinkage is the black ones. Now, I don't know if it's because of the whole just writing font. I don't know. But when we did it, as soon as I washed it, it's like it kind of shrunk. So you could see that everything just kind of went like this a little bit, which then caused pieces to split over time. They're not peeling off. It's just, it's split. You can see where they've cracked right there. Let's see, you can see where these cracked. And like I said, these are also from the football game. So you're talking about, you know, October, November, December. You can see where it's cracked right here. This piece right here, it has peeled. So you can see that one. And I have several of these to show. So it's going to be the same shirt. And now I also was in a hurry because I made these at the last minute. Now this one right here, you can see that my daughter has totally wore this one done. So this one right here, you can see the same thing. They all did that shrinking thing where you can see that they've done this right here. Hopefully you guys can see where they're kind of coming in. But they've all did that same thing where it's like they just cracked. So like I said, I think it's from where it shrunk. But out of all the shirts I've made, and I've made a ton, this is the only ones I've had issues. So you can see how much cracking happened here and that these also peeled apart. And like I said, to be honest, I was in a hurry when I made these last minute right before we walked out the door. Because my daughter's in the band, so that's why I made these. Okay, so there is, I believe, 2 more of those. I'm trying to figure out which one's my husband's. Because he doesn't, I think this one may be my husband's. So he's only worn a few times. You can see stains and stuff. His, you could see where it, I'm hoping you guys can pick this up to see where it's kind of bubbled like this. It's not bubbled off the shirt. It's just where it's shrunk like this. You can see a piece that peeled off here. You can see a piece here missing. Let's see. And that was it. But he's literally only wore his 2 or 3 times. So his looks so much better than ours because we've wore them a ton. So this one, I believe, was mine. So you can see on mine, I've also, I think I've only wore this one a handful of times as well. I've got hair everywhere. So mine did the same thing where it's like it shrunk. So hopefully you guys can see that a little bit better here where it's just kind of wavy. They're not off the shirt, it's just wavy. So on mine, I've got a little piece right here where it's wanting to fold. And then, let's see, other than that, I don't think I had any cracking on mine. Mine looks pretty good. So there's mine. All right, so the next one, I also don't think I've done this on video. I'm not too sure, can't remember, is the Sand Lizard's Pride right here. And this one has held up really well as well. And she has worn this one several times, not as much as the others. So she's probably wore this one about 10 times. So, I mean, the shirt still looks a lot better, but you can definitely, that's the difference I'm trying to show. See how bright and more bright you can see that the letters are. You could tell that it's not worn as much as the others, but the letters are sticking well, no peeling whatsoever. And like I said, with that glitter will never ever budge in its lifetime. It is insane. And then on the back you can see that it's game day, y'all, and you can see those letters. Nothing's moved. Looks good. Okay, so I'm trying to save that one because I did that one later. This one right here, I think I did in a video. We were doing something way back there, trying to test something. So I did this one, and you can see where it's kind of shrunk a little bit here, but has not budged at all because, like I said, this glitter will not budge whatsoever. So there's that one. Now, this one right here has only probably ever been worn, I mean, just a handful of times. But you can see on the shirt there, it's not as much as the others. So let's see. So now you also seen in this video, I made 2 of these as well. So one belongs to my daughter's friend and then she still has hers. You can see, I'm hoping you guys can pick this up, how much this shirt has been worn. You see all those little balls and stuff like that? You can really see how much this one's worn. So this one right here is where I've layered. And you can see how well this thing has held up. So right here, you can see, because I've got too close to the glitter, because that's why you want to make sure it does not land on top of the glitter. You can see where these corners here have peeled. This you could see was an overlappage, so you can see that that's no longer sticking to the glitter. But this was meant to only be worn once because they were doing a thing for school, but she's just worn it over and over again because she really loved it. So like I said, this glitter never ever going to budge. The letters on the back look good. The only one that seems like right here, maybe just a corner right here. You can see a little wrinkle there, but on this, hopefully, like I said, you guys can see the texture of those little balls and stuff. So holding up really well. Let's see. My daughter made me, hold on, let me go back. Okay, those are the ones for the iron. I'm trying to see here. Okay, so my daughter, this was another one that was not made on camera, but I wanted to show you. My daughter made this for me for Mother's Day, which, you know, is not that far away, and I've only worn this a couple times, but my daughter wanted to do something for me. She is 15 years old. She got my Cricut, got on Design Space, designed this out by herself, which is just font, and she was able to get the iron on the way that it was supposed to be, cut it out, and use my Easy Press, and she made this shirt to surprise me, and she's never used my machine before. So you can see how well that, and like I said, I've only wore this a few times, but you can see, and she used this by herself to iron this on, and it has done amazing. And then, of course, she put Made by Sam on the back, so that way, you know, I know where it came from. I thought it was way too cute. So you can see how well. But like I said, you can see when a shirt's not worn as much because you can really see how it just really seems like how you make them on day one. So you can really tell the difference in those. So for example, this one, you guys know I just recently made for my daughter when she went to Florida a couple months ago. So you can see she's only wore this one a handful of times. And this one is still holding up really, really well. So hopefully you can see, but this is what I'm talking about. You can really see how smooth this is. That's how you can tell when it's only used a few times. So everything looks amazing on this one still. And you can see that 2018. And then the back here, you can see where it's like they've tried to wrinkle a little bit, which, you know, the shirt is obviously, you know, wrinkly a little bit. But I'm hoping you guys can pick that up. So it's not peeled off or anything. It's just where they've kind of wrinkled. So that still looks really good. All right, so now let's move on to this one. So I don't know if you guys remember this shirt that I made way back there. And obviously that would be like October, September, October. I wanted to do the applique with the thing. So I want to show you that. So now you can see the glitter has held up great. No peeling whatsoever. I'm telling you, this glitter is bomb.com. So you can see all those different glitters, how well they have held up. The only issue that I had with this shirt is the applique. So you can see where these have peeled. Now these right here were not attached with applique, so these will get kind of curly. But this was, and you can see where it's just peeled right off. And then the back side is the worst. So you can see that the vinyl held up great. Got a little wrinkly here because of it. I think she lost a little piece of the A here, and I may have done that when I made it. I'd have to go back and look at the video. But this one right here, you can see how much the applique just did not stick. So I think I just did not press this long enough, and it may be due to the layers. I'm not sure. So I definitely want to redo another shirt like this so we can make sure we're doing it correctly. But this is the only one I've ever done with applique, I believe, and you can see that it did not work out very well. So what I'm going to do with this one, so she can still have it for next season, I'm going to come back and just stitch all the way around to hold it down is what I'm going to do to update that. Okay, now the last ones here, these are the ones that I did with the iron. So note, this is not done with the Easy Press. You can go back. I'm going to have that video linked down below. These were done with a regular iron, but I'm going to tell you, because I did not have an Easy Press at the time, this is old school iron. You can see how long, I mean, you have to put all your force, I mean, every bit of your weight into doing this, and then, you know, you have to keep going this spot, this spot, this spot, this spot. It's a lot. Like, you have to put every force of your body with that iron. And I'm not just trying to, seriously, try it yourself. You'll know the difference between that. So when I did these, this is my husband, so you're going to be able to see. He does not wear his. He wore it for 4th of July, maybe 1 or 2 more times, and that was it. So his America has stayed great. Glitter, obviously, wonderful. So the iron did work good. It's just a lot more work. The holographic held up. The only thing is the centers do bunch up from where it shrunk a little bit. The hashtag squad goals has stayed really well. And then you can see the holographic, like I said, these kind of pop up in the center. That's what the holographic did. But this was done with an iron, held up super great. Like I said, he's only wore his a handful of times. You can see the regular vinyl also held it back. And these are also from Parsby back then. That's when I first started ordering. And this would be last 4th of July. Now, we all wear ours ritually. We could only find mine, let's see, no, my daughter's, and then another, let me see, this may be mine. Nope, this is mine. So I'm missing mine and my other daughter's, and now the other boy that I made, he has his, obviously. So we have 2 shirts missing, but I'll tell you, they're all the same, kind of like these. Okay, so this shirt right here, I'm hoping you guys can tell, this shirt has probably been worn the most by this child. This is probably one of her favorites. She's literally outgrown it because it was like a kid size, and like I said, she's 13, so but she's super skinny, but she's going to be 6 foot tall. So you can see, I mean, how worn this tag is. She has worn this a bunch. Like, look, you can see the shirt right here. So this is with a regular iron, and this is what has happened over a year's time. So we're almost at July, so this is almost a year's time. You can see how they've cracked like this. The glitter, once again, look how well that glitter has stayed up. And this is a regular iron. And I keep repeating myself because I want to make sure you guys know. But either way, I think even with an Easy Press, wearing a shirt this ritually, this would be normal wear and tear. The whole America did not stay. I think if it was an Easy Press, with my honest opinion, I think it would have stayed. But with the regular iron, these did peel, and we all just ended up peeling them off. They probably would be halfway hanging, but it gets annoying, so you just start peeling. Now, the holographic, you can see where we've lost these pieces. That's just the adhesive. But other than that, these little pieces, this one stayed. This one, same thing, where they kind of bunch out. Her hashtag squad goals stayed, and that's shocking because she wore this so much. And then these holographics seem to hold up okay. This one kind of had a little bit of splitting. Her name has held up amazing. So that worked out really good, especially a year's time. And I'm talking, that girl wears that shirt a lot. Now, this is my other daughter, Miranda, and she wears she's worn hers quite a bit too. But her holographic held up pretty good, so she didn't wear hers as much as the other one. And then, let's see, because you can see, this is what I want to show you, the difference with these tags, to show you how much. Hopefully you guys can pick this up on camera. So this is the daughter that wore hers ritually, and this is the daughter that hasn't worn hers as much. Hopefully you guys can see how much more stiffer this one is compared to this one. You know how when it's a wore down tag? Hopefully, let me see. Hopefully, and I know they're upside down, but I'm just trying to show. Hopefully you guys can see this is wore down. I want y'all to pay attention to that when somebody is showing you an update of how well a shirt is holding up. Pay attention. You know those shirts where it's iron on as well when you buy them, they're right here. If that is still intact, because you know when you wash a shirt a ton and a ton, those start to break up. And if that shirt is still intact, then somebody did not wash that many times. Just an FYI. So anyways, this one right here is my daughter Miranda's. And like I said, so this one right here, you could tell I got too close to the glitter. And it did not, but the glitter, once again, 100%. So you can pull this off with a regular iron, but it's just going to be a lot more work. So I believe we're missing the S. And you can see a little bit of pillage there, but everything else looks really, really good. Her holographic held up. And her name also held up really well. So, I just wanted to do that super quick update. I believe that was all of the shirts. I hope this helps you guys. I get this question all the time, so I thought it would be a great time to go from where I did them with an iron back in July, from the Easy Press back in September, to just show you normal wear and tear, really wearing the shirt vigorously to school, activities, all these things, and how well they have held up. And you can see the difference from some that's been, you know, used a few times to ritually over time. So to show you that is normal wear and tear, you're going to get that feel of, you know, your Easy Press, of how much you need to be pressing it. Don't overheat them, because that's where a lot of problems come in play. Just go by the settings that Cricut has gave you, and I promise you it's going to be easy selling. So I hope you guys found this helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.